was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, to a father who was 26 years Navy, and to a mother who did not work outside of the home. And I was introduced to the Church of Christ when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. So I did get enough time as a young child to learn about Jesus, and I did believe that there was a heaven and a hell, and a God and the devil. But my struggle may sound a lot like yours, or a few of yours. I had a very dark teenage life. My parents divorced in '80 after 17 or 18 years of marriage, and it left me and my mother at home alone. She worked 2 jobs. She went from working none at all to 2 jobs, so I had no curfew and keys to a car at like 15 years old. So I guess the saying goes, you start looking for love in all the wrong places. So a few weeks before my 15th birthday, I found out that I was pregnant for the first time. And the promiscuity just continued. So with that being said, I made an escape to Atlanta, Georgia, which was a attempt to escape my jaded past, which was was a horrible failure. And then I got a call right before my 21st birthday that my father had a mild heart attack, and he was living in Las Vegas, of all places. So there was that, I should say, scarlet brick road laid out in front of me, and I escaped out west. So I spent 4 years too long in the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is where I met a man who became, or would have been, and I should say for all right, is the father of my second unborn child. Within 20 months, I was married for the first time. I was ready to nest, and my soon-to-be first husband, he supported my vain decision to be a thin bride, and within 12 or 14 months, I was pregnant for the 3rd time. I guess what I'd really like to say is this. After my 3rd and final abortion, it was just a couple months afterwards, I had decided to pack up once again and run from my life, and still married. I was on my way out of town. It's a very significant time, and I stopped off to give the keys to a post office box to the gal who had hosted our wedding reception. This was my first husband. And I struggled with a few things, and as she went over divorce and God and how he felt about divorce, there was this voice going over and over in my head, and I just said there's a few things I needed to share with her. I said, for starters, I have no remorse whatsoever about leaving this man in my life, and secondly, I have acquired this very unusual habit that has got me quite grief-stricken. And what it is I can't look at myself in the mirror in the full light. I've got this habit now where I will turn off the bathroom light and find a nearby light source, flip the switch in the hall or something, and I literally prepare myself to leave the house in the dark. And I was 21 then, and the gal says to me, Michelle, I need for you to consider something. Satan himself cannot look at himself in the mirror, and your battle is not against the flesh and blood. So that was 21, and I'm 46 now, and I just received my post-abortion healing in the fall of 2011. So I went 20 years getting ready in the dark before I left the house. I want to say that there is a peace that does surpass everything, and that doing it the other way, living the other way, hiding in the guilt and the shame and the embarrassment, it did destroy my self-worth, and I was wonderful at hiding that. Big smiles on the outside and torn up living in the dark with, no ability to look at my own reflection in the mirror. My life is just crazy good. The last 2 years of my life are amazing because of God. There's no turning back.